where do you rate Karim Benzema in terms of your all-time strikers? Yesterday, at the time of recording, Karim Benzema became the second all-time top scorer for Real Madrid after eclipsing Raul's not appearances, his goals as well. So it's been crazy to see how many goals he's got for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see. But I just wanted to know from you as well, like we never normally give praise to a lot of these players when they're still playing. We normally give praise to them when they're retired. So I thought, you know what, whilst we're here as well, and it only happened yesterday, so it's fresh in our minds as well. What have you really appreciated from watching Karim Benzema at Real Madrid? Like the way he plays, who he's played with, how he's developed. Yeah, this is literally our time to fanboy over Karim Benzema and his 321 goals for Real Madrid in 603 appearances, which is ridiculous to see. Nicely done, Karim Benzema.
Yeah, I think he went under the radar a little bit in the sort of BBC era, because obviously Cristiano taking the plaudits. But when you sort of watch back now, you kind of see how much. Well, he was always like an integral part, but you can see how important he truly is. And you know, if you look at the players that he was with before in the squad, even like Modric and Kroos have aged. But when you look at the squad they had back then, you know, with Varane and Ramos and all these other players, you know, at the peak, you know, you got Ronaldo, you know, best player in the world at the time. You've got Bale, all these like top quality players, like with Isco as well. You know, the list just goes on. And you know, Benzema was there, and you know, his numbers were always quite good, goals and assist wise. He was, you know, dropping really good numbers year on year as well. And all these players have left. A lot of these players have left, sorry, or they're not sort of the same players that they were back then. But you know, you could see last season he was, you know, a main reason they won that Champions League. A, he's got that belief, but B, he's somebody that you can just like rely on. Like the squad know that they can just look to him and he'd pull something out of the bag out of nowhere, you know, and he's showing no signs of like slowing down either, considering his age.
Yeah, exactly. Because I put out a poll a couple of weeks ago in terms of who's been the better striker overall, Thierry Henry or Karim Benzema. A lot of people going for Thierry Henry, so in terms of the nostalgia, the Invincibles, that type of thing as well. But it's not the worst thing in the world, because obviously Karim Benzema is going to go to the World Cup with France this season as well, barring an injury. Imagine if he goes to the World Cup with France and actually retain their title as well. That would be incredible, because he's been out of the national team since, well, he was back last summer with in the Euros, but it'd be really cool to see if Karim Benzema can actually inspire this France team to go again all the way with the squad that they have, with the squad depth that they have as well. I think it would be quite cool to see how he does at the international level as well for France as well. One of my favorite moments with Karim Benzema, obviously, it would have been his run up last season as well to the Champions League final. When you're seeing him score a hat trick at Stamford Bridge, when you're seeing him score that Panenka penalty as well against Manchester City, incredible to see how he's actually done.
I think when he took that Panenka penalty, I think he'd missed his last two penalties in La Liga or something as well.
He missed that previous weekend as well, and he still stepped up.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I don't get. Like literally, just like the last weekend, just like the last penalty he took, which was a week ago. Like how recent is that in the mind? And it was an awful penalty as well, and he missed it. And then week later, you know, sort of massive stage, all the pressure on him, and you know, he just makes it look effortless and easy. So, you know, you give him the plaudits there.
Yeah, exactly. And in terms of the Thierry Henry thing as well, he's actually scored more goals all over time than Thierry Henry. Like Thierry Henry's on 411. I think Benzema is now like 421 or something like that, which is incredible to see. 421 goals is more than people actually make career appearances over their lifetime as well. And the longevity of Benzema as well, like you mentioned earlier, Salim, he scored in 17 Champions League seasons in a row, and is only behind Messi and Ronaldo in terms of the consistency that has done it as well. So it's the fact that he can be another player to break that 100 goal Champions League mark, and the fact that Robert Lewandowski has actually gone to Spain to compete directly against Karim Benzema, that will be a fun rivalry to watch for the rest of the season as well, when you've got the El Clasico coming up as well. Lewandowski versus Benzema directly in Spain, and even for the La Liga title as well, which would be fantastic to see. But another moment for me for Karim Benzema as well is the fact that we've seen him with 5, 6 European titles as well. I think it's 6, isn't it? The fact that he won against Liverpool. So it's going to be crazy to see how he actually goes about it, because realistically speaking, Salim, as well, who wins 6 European titles and doesn't get called great? It's absolutely fantastic what he's done, and it's going to be a long-standing Frenchman for years to come to be watching as well. And one of the best finishers we've actually had the pleasure of actually watching playing as well. So really looking forward to seeing how Karim Benzema does this upcoming season. But just to finish off on the Benzema thing, Salam, as well. I know that we always talk about greatness and the GOATs and stuff like that. Where do you rate Karim Benzema in terms of your all-time strikers?
Oof, that's quite an open question. Well, he's definitely up there, but I think I need a bit more thinking time for this one. I'm not sure.
Would you go top? Yeah, I caught myself as well. Does he make it top 5? Because we can always say top 10. That's an easy cop out. But top 5,
obviously, 100%, you could say top 10. But we need to think like who else is truly up there. So you've got, for the stuff he's won and stuff like that. Then you could say, yeah, probably definitely say he'd make top 5. But yeah, I'd say he does. He's in that debate for a top 5.
Yeah, because remember his career's lasted so long as well, just like with Ronaldo and like with Messi.
I think if you ignore Ronaldo, for example, and what he did at Real Madrid, and you look at what Benzema's done.
Yeah.
If Ronaldo didn't exist, for example, we'd be saying, oh wow, Benzema's like, he'd be in so many ballots.
I was saying that yesterday as well. If Benzema was literally top dog at Real Madrid, everyone would be going on about Benzema. There'd be Benzema shirts around the world. It'd be crazy to see what he was doing. You have to remember
that the role that he played in that squad, such a selfless role, and it worked between him and Ronaldo. So yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Benzema and what he's done in his career.
And do you reckon it's going to be Ballon?
It's good that he's back playing for France as well.
Yeah, I think the Ballon d'Or's got his name written all over it as well. I know there's talks of Sadio Mane after winning obviously AFCON as well and doing really well for Liverpool this season, obviously with the FA Cup and the League Cup and going to Bayern Munich. But I think the Ballon d'Or's literally got Karim Benzema's name on it for the comeback against Chelsea, the extraordinary comeback against Manchester City, the fight back against PSG as well, which was incredible to see how he did.
Well, if you look at the run that Real Madrid had, every team was like they were thinking, oh, they're going to get knocked out here, and every game they pretty much played, they went behind. They lost the first game against Sheriff, a team that I've never heard of before, for example, but they're no disrespect to them either. But yeah, so they start off like that, and then they were drawing teams like they played PSG, which they should have lost. They played against Man City, which they should have lost. They played against Chelsea, which they should have lost. And then even the final against Liverpool, it was all Liverpool that first half. Liverpool, dominated that game, and Real Madrid got that goal, and that was it really. But if you look at the run, it was probably one of the hardest runs, and it sort of mirrors that Chelsea run when they won it that first time. I wouldn't say it's the exact same, but you could take a lot of comparisons from them.
The heart in that team, the fight back of that team as well, the fact that the media was writing them off, mostly in England they were writing them off as well because they're like Liverpool are amazing type thing, and you never normally see. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, it was a pure underdog story, but yeah, sorry, carry on. That's all I wanted to say.
No, it's just like that as well. It's just the fact that we can go down in terms of obviously losing to Sheriff in the group stages and coming back against PSG, coming back against Chelsea, the European champions, coming back against Manchester City, the English champions, and then obviously coming back against Liverpool, the Carabao Cup and FA Cup champions of last season as well. So, and they won the league last season as well in La Liga as well. So it goes to show that they actually did some amazing football last season as well. They actually did so well because even with Carlo Ancelotti as well, he said recently the fact that he's allowing his players to be a lot more free on the pitch as well. So that's why you're seeing Valverde play a bit more than Rodrigo on the wing, and you're not really seeing Hazard come into it because of Vinicius just doing so well. But ridiculous stats as well. And yeah, just all shout out to Karim Benzema really being second highest goal scorer as well. 450 goals for Ronaldo, 324 for Karim Benzema, 323 for Raul. The most Champions League titles, the most La Liga titles, joint Super Cup titles, most Club World Cup titles as well. Again, if we go back 12 months as well, from August 2021, 47 games, 45 goals, a La Liga title, Champions League, and a Super Cup. How can you not love Karim Benzema?
I mean, and you need to add his assists onto there because we're looking at GNA.
Yeah,
in those games,
70, crazy. Yeah, quick maths. Yeah, 70, which is good to see as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing much more of Karim Benzema for the next couple of years at Real Madrid.